soldiers took out their pocket knives and scraped off all the gold. Thank you, Crab Man. The British and the French soldiers took all the gold from the surface of these water jars over here. So this used to be fully painted in solid gold, inside and out. You can see the knife marks all over it. This was done by the British and the French. Take a look at this. Follow the channel and share this live stream, everybody. Follow the channel and share this live. Look at the lady over here touching stuff. Man, I ain't touching this. What's for lunch today? I'm gonna try to get you guys some Peking duck at a very famous restaurant. We're trying to get a reservation, no promises. We're gonna stand right here. For the folks who just came in, we are at the Forbidden City here in China. Thank you, Rel and Big O. I'm trying to get some Peking duck, Oliver. But as this is the spot that I'm trying to go to, it's a hot spot. So there's a lot of people that go there. Look at this. Honestly, man, I'm gonna take my face out of this so y'all could take a screenshot of this because this is gorgeous. Just look at this. Take a screenshot of this, everybody. Thank you, Melinda. This is the Forbidden City. Look at these beautiful decorations. Man, look at this. Largest imperial palace on planet Earth. Look at this right here. Take a screenshot of this, everybody. Thank you, Laura. Take a little video of this. Thank you, Lorena. Largest imperial palace on planet Earth. Y'all sitting from the comfort of y'all's homes back home in America and Europe and in Asia and China. Europe and in Asia and China. I love this, man. Beautiful. Hit the follow button and share this live stream, y'all. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. I take you guys, we go everywhere out here in China. We go everywhere in Asia. We are going to the Hong Kong Disneyland in either late October or early November, and then we'll head over to Thailand for a few weeks. Thank you, Royal and Amic. We will be in Thailand for a few weeks, but this is, like I said before, man, this is an incredible place. Now it's time to go and take a look at the Emperor's bedroom. I want to take you guys to Qianqing to see where the Emperor actually slept. But remember, the Kangxi Emperor and the Emperor before him, the Shunzhi Emperor, briefly lived here in this hall. Okay, so it wasn't concrete, like, oh, this hall has to be for this purpose forever. They changed it up. The Kangxi Emperor, the greatest emperor of the Qing dynasty, he actually lived here briefly in this hall that you see in front of you, right here. So please follow the channel and share this live stream. So we're actually gonna go to the Palace of Heavenly Purity. I also made a video about it when I first started doing TikTok in Qianqing over here. So you can see right here, I also made a video about it when I first started doing TikTok in Qianqing over here. So you can see right here, there's the 6 Western palaces, and there's the Palace of Compassion and Tranquility. And these are going to be the places where the emperor's mother, some of his consorts, his empresses, basically the important women to him in his life, they lived in this area right here. We're going to go and see that. But the Palace of Heavenly Purity is the emperor's bedroom. So we're now starting to enter. Thank you, Eric. Thank you very much. We're now starting to enter the place where what we've seen are essentially administrative buildings. So everything is like for work, for important ceremonies. Now we're about to enter the living quarter area of the Forbidden City. This is the place where people actually live. Thank you, Lady Death. So I want to make sure this distinction is made clear. The Forbidden City is a place where the emperor worked and lived. So not only was he working here, he slept here every single night. Now I do have to make something very clear to you guys. Even though this place is the largest imperial palace in the entire world, the emperor's bedroom, thank you, Lady Death, was actually very, very small. The emperor slept in a very small bedroom, no more than 200 square feet. Thank you, Steph and Lungfa. For the Americans that are watching, y'all might find this to be an absurd concept that he would live in such a big imperial complex and he lived in a bedroom that was less than 200 square feet. The reason is the ancient Chinese, including myself today, believe in the idea of the qi, of the energy. Meaning the bigger the room is, the more energy is going to take you to occupy that room. And it's going to exhaust you. right? So this is why the emperor has so many bedrooms that he could sleep in. The one that he actually slept in is actually a very small bedroom. A very, very small bedroom, no more than 200 square feet. All right, so very, very important to remember that. Thank you, C. Thank you, C. All this belonged to the emperor, but his bedroom was 200 square feet, y'all. Because the Chinese people believed. Thank you, Fancy. The word of the day is Huangdi. Huangdi. That means emperor. 2 words. Huangdi. Huang, and then Di. Huangdi, which means emperor. Because we're at the Imperial Forbidden City, the home of the emperor, you have to remember Huangdi is what you address as the emperor. Okay, and the first person to call himself Huangdi was the first emperor of China, who the terracotta warriors protect in the afterlife. So when I first started streaming in February, when we went to Xi'an and we went to go see the terracotta warriors, that is protecting the tomb of the first emperor of China. He was the first person in Chinese history to officially declare himself an emperor, Huangdi. Okay, so everybody, that's a little bit of history there. Let's go into the living quarters of the Forbidden City. There's a lot of things we want to do today. We do want to have some Peking duck a little bit later. There's a lot of good food over here in Beijing. We need to do more food live streams. So we got a lot to do today. Thank you, Miss Taina. Please follow the channel and share this live stream. Thank you, Yolo-san. Are y'all enjoying this so far? Are y'all enjoying this so far? I don't want to jinx it, everybody. Okay, because there is a lot of people. I don't want to jinx it. But so far, the signal has actually not been terrible. It was bad a little bit at the very beginning, the entrance. I don't want to jinx it. But so far, the signal has actually not been terrible. It was bad a little bit at the very beginning, the entrance area in the large square. But I must say, the signal has not been horrible. Do you guys agree? The signal has actually been pretty manageable. Well, what do you guys think on the receiving end of this? Right? It hasn't been horrible, right? Better than what I remember in April. So let's keep it moving, everybody. Let's keep it moving. Follow the channel and share this live stream, y'all. So many familiar faces here today, man. The Heather Khans of the world, the Hyotus, the Hyo Mules. A lot of folks, the Cash Moneys who saw this when I did it in April, we're back here again. Thank you, Nanny. Let's keep it moving, everybody. Let's keep it moving. Beautiful. Thank you, Melinda. Now, before we go, one last thing I want to say. Just remember, we're about to go to a little bit more intimate area in the Forbidden City. Thank you so much. Thank y'all. We're about to go into thank you, iSerpentia, the intimate area of the Forbidden City. So no more like huge halls. That's over with. Thank you, Yvonne. Now we're going into somebody's house. We're going into somebody's bedroom. So this is going to be much more low-key, much more personable. Okay, so we're now leaving the official area. Let's keep it moving, everybody. Ooh, another cool thing. How many of y'all OG viewers remember about a month ago? Thank you, Heather. Heather's still here. How many of you guys, thank you, OG. OG still here. How many of you guys remember about a month ago when we were here at the city of Datong and we saw the 9 Dragon screen? Do any of you guys remember that? Right before I reached it, I found an orange juice vendor and I was super excited. And then I showed you guys the 9 Dragon screen. Do any of you guys remember that? In the city of Datong on this trip. Did anybody remember that? Thank you, Hamill. You guys remember that, right? Anin, 90, you remember? Shorty remembers. Hyotu remembers. Only 2 Dragon screens in all of China. One was in the city of Datong. One is right here at the Forbidden City. There's only 2 of them on the entire earth. One in Shanxi province in Datong, which we were at about a month and a half ago. Right about a month. Yeah, about a month and a half ago. Okay? We've been on the road for almost 3 months now. The other one is right here. And that is also in the family quarters. So let's go ahead and get out of here. Let's go in. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Man, today we got real lucky, man. It's not bad at all. There's not a lot of people here at all. That's why you got to come during the non-peak season. Thank you, D. Fraser and Yvonne. Let's keep it moving. I could use some water, though. Let me go get some water a little bit later. I could use some water. Before we go into the Hall of Heavenly Purity, the Jiajing Emperor in the Ming Dynasty was almost strangled by a few court ladies inside the Hall of Heavenly Purity. Thank you, Yvonne, a wonderful. You guys got to go check out that video I made on my homepage. The Beijing Emperor was obsessed with living forever, and he was trying to distill medicine from menstrual blood of the ladies who were serving him here in the Forbidden City. They couldn't take it anymore, and they conspired to send him to heaven. They put a rope around his neck, and they tried to strangle him, but they were so scared, they tied a dead knot. So no matter how hard they pulled, the knot would not get tighter. Okay, so that happened in the Hall of Heavenly Purity, which we're about to see. So this is why I'm trying to tell you guys, like inside the walls, thank you to Rio Shallow, inside the walls of these Forbidden City, there are so many freaking incredible stories and so many absurd stories, so many weird stories inside the Forbidden City. Thank you, Charles. Thank you so much, Charles. Like really, really strange stories. Some of the emperors that we had in Chinese history living here were some very strange people. Stories. Some of the emperors that we had in Chinese history living here were some very strange people. Thank you, Joni. They were like weird people, man. Some of them were strange. With strange habits, you know what I'm saying? They did weird things. So this is why, like inside the whole these outriders can't even come up with. Thank you, Joni and Miguel. Does that make sense? So this is why, like, you come here, they may look just like buildings to you, but these are actually filled with stories. Filled with stories between these halls. If only the halls can talk and tell you all the absurdity. There's another. There's another. There's another. There's another. There's another. Again, sewage. Sewage. Let's keep it moving, man. We're lagging a little bit. Let's keep it moving, man. We're lagging a little bit. We good now? We good? I think we were just switching cell towers, so we should be okay now. We should be okay. We good? We should be okay. We were switching cell towers for a second. We good. All right, y'all. This is what I was saying when we started lagging out a little bit, okay? Imagine the effort and the craftsmanship that it took to just build one of these dragons over here that act as a sewage system, a drainage pipe system. Look at how many they built. Thank you to Rio Shallow. Look at how many they built. Literally dozens and dozens of them on just this one wall alone. And there's dozens and dozens of these walls here in the Forbidden City. Thank you to Rio Shallow. So it should tell you how much craftsmanship went into this right here. Okay, look at this. Follow the channel. Let's keep it moving, y'all. Thank you to Rio. It should tell you how much craftsmanship went into this right here. Okay, look at this. Follow the channel. Let's keep it moving, y'all. Thank you to Rio Shallow. Please make sure y'all follow the channel. Let's keep it moving. Scroll to the next live stream and come right back if we're still lagging. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you. Is the signal a little bit better? A little bit better? All right. Good. All right. I think we were just switching cell towers a little bit, so we should be okay. So now this is something else I want to show you guys. I made a video about this. This is called the Gate of Thriving Imperial Clan. It was built in 1420. So this is 604 years old. Look at this. This right here. All right. I'm going to show you guys something really cool. Okay, during the Jiaqing Empire. This right here. All right. I'm going to show you guys something really cool. Okay, during the Jiaqing Emperor's reign. Look, read this right here. Check this out right here. Read this bottom part right here, okay? During the Jiaqing reign in 1813, rebel peasants, okay, during the Jiaqing reign in 1813, rebel peasants, okay, from the, what's it called? From the Tianli, okay, so from the and the Imperial Guards. Right here. You see that? Thank you, Wild Kit Kat. Look at that. That is the arrow that is stuck up there. Now see that? That is the name of this gate right here. Y'all see that? 200 years old, that arrow is still stuck up there. Go ahead and get him out of here. Thank you, Captain Nacho. Thank you very much. Thank you, Captain Nacho. All right, man, I know the signal hasn't been good today, but, you know, we are at the Forbidden City. There's a lot of people here. So, only thing we can do is just keep it moving. See this right here? All right. Let's go see where the Empress and the consorts lived. So now we're about to enter the residence. Thank you, Captain Nacho and Crash and Burn. We're now about to enter the residence where the Empress, the consorts, basically all the women, okay, the women, the mother of the emperor, where the women lived here in the Forbidden City. We're gonna go in here first, and you can see right here. Thank you, Captain Nacho. You can see right here the significance of, look, you see, not the significance, the difference of the buildings over here. Thank you, Captain Nacho. You see this? No longer as big and tall as what we saw earlier, right? All the buildings are a little bit smaller now, a little bit shorter, right? A little bit more compact. This is because we're now entering a residential area. This is a residential area right here. This is no longer the work administrative area of the Forbidden City. This is somebody's home that we're about to enter. Thank you, Kalista. So please follow the channel and share this live stream, y'all. Get some sleep, OG. Thank you, OG. Get some sleep. I just saw that comment. Thank you, OG. Thank you, OG, for watching. Thank you so much. I see you later. Thank you, OG. Move. Night, night. Is the signal a little bit better? I think we just switched to a different cell tower, so is the signal a little bit better? Have a great night, OG. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoy seeing the Forbidden City. Signal's better? Yeah, I think we just kind of switched between one cell tower to the next. All right, man, let's go see where the Empress lived. Thank you, All Things. Thank you, Golden Gabe. Look at this. So you think about all the women. Thank you, Captain Nacho and Kalena. You think about where all the women lived over here, right? This is the place where they entertain themselves in this big yard over here. It looks like a big yard, right? But you think about it. If you're a woman here, thank you, Captain Nacho. Yard over here. It looks like a big yard, right? But you think about it. If you're a woman here, thank you, Captain Nacho. If you're a woman yard over here. It looks like a big yard, right? But you think about it. If you're a woman here, thank you, Captain Nacho. If you're a woman and if you're a woman and if you're a woman and you if you're a woman and you Are we back? We good? We good? We're good? We just like have random lags. Thank you, Black Widow. We just have random lags. Anyway, I was trying to tell you guys something about this place right here. So this right here, once again, is the place where the women of the court, from empresses to consorts, this is where they hung out. You know, if they were Buddhist, they did their Buddhist rituals over here. They hung out, they socialized. This is all their space. It almost feels like a prison yard because in many ways, even though they lived a very luxurious lives, they were almost like prisoners here. They had very few times in their entire lives since coming in here into the Forbidden City that they can go back out into the open world. So this is almost like a prison yard. Very similar to a prison yard. Let's keep it moving. Let's go check out their homes over here. Thank you. Thank you, Tessa Wilson. Check this out right here. Look at that. Thank you, Tessa Wilson, and I thank y'all for sticking with me despite all the lags today. I know I'm making Charlie Lambert's life difficult with all the lags, but I promise you I'm trying to do my best. So let's keep it moving. Look at that. You see, because now we have the women that are being represented here at the Forbidden City. You can see the phoenix right over here, right? And then the dragon on the right. Beautiful. Let's continue to move along. Thank you, Lupita. All right, let's go. Let's go in here. Thank you, Lupita. What's up, more? Boom. This is Seningong right here. Palace of Compassion and Tranquility. Before we go in there, show you guys a little bit of the English here. Thank you, Moni. This palace was built in the Ming Dynasty, remodeled in the Qing Dynasty. The Palace of Compassion and Tranquility was inhabited by the Empress Dowager, including the Empress Dowager. Wow. 慈圣, who lived here during the Wanli Emperor's reign. So basically, the most important woman lived here. The most important woman lived here. Upon the death of the Empress Dowager, her coffin would also be placed in this area before interment in the imperial tombs. Wow. Wow. So not only did the Empress Dowager live here, after she passed away, they put her coffin here before she was laid to rest in the imperial tombs. Thank you, Samantha and Miss Taina. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. So we're gonna look at this building from the outside. Look at this. Man, thank you, Jan Yuki. So once again, let me say this again, everybody. Thank you, Faye. It's really important to remember, this is now the residential area of the Forbidden City. I apologize once again for all the bad signal that we've had. Lots of people here sucking up the cell phone signal. We lost a bit of viewers, but stay with me. We're gonna fight through this signal. We should be okay. We should be okay going forward because there should be less people at these residential areas. So this was the Empress Dowager's home. Thank you, Faye, and more. See, what does the Empress Dowager mean? A lot of times an emperor was anointed an emperor when he was just a little boy, 7, 8, 9 years old. He's not even old enough to actually run the country. So he has to have a regent, someone to look after him, someone to teach him how to run the country. Thank you, Cecilo and Faye. Oftentimes that role was assumed by this woman called a Empress Dowager. Does that make sense? Thank you, Rel and Faye. A lot of times you had a boy emperor in Chinese history, so obviously they need to be trained on how to become an emperor. Thank you, Faye and more. Beautiful. And you can see, this is how you know this belongs to women. Thank you, Faye and more. How you know this entire building belonged to females is the fact that you have these phoenixes. You see these birds. You see these, this is actually technically not a phoenix. Thank you, Tammy. Look at these birds right here. You see that right here? Thank you, Bills. This represents the fact that this building was represented by a woman. Okay, let me show you guys something really cool. Come up here. Thank you, Tammy Beadwell. Stork. Right, you can say a stork. Let's keep it moving. Let me show you guys this right here. Okay, so this is one of those things that you're going to see throughout the Forbidden City. This is how they told time on sunny days. Okay, so when the sun is out, not on a rainy day, there will be something. Thank you, Golden Gabe. There'll be a pin sticking out of here, and it will work like a modern clock. It will tell you what time it is. Obviously, it doesn't work during the rainy days, but they have this everywhere in the Forbidden City. Thank you, Golden Gabe and Tammy. Does anybody know why this is here? Does anybody know why this animal here is sitting in front of the Tall of Tranquility? Any of you guys, why there's a turtle over here with the face of a dragon? Any of you guys? Exactly. Long life. Because remember, the Empress Dowager was a very important woman in the emperor's life. He would want that Empress Dowager to live as long as possible. The turtle is a sign for longevity, for living a long time. So this is why when you enter, see, this is why you guys have to remember, we are now in the residential area of the Forbidden City. It's no longer about work. Thank you, Mama B. It's no longer about working. It's no longer about doing your job. It's about resting. It's about living life, right? It's about having a good life. So everything that you see here in front of these residential buildings, thank you, Paulina and Mama B, is now starting to be more about life, good health, longevity. Thank you, all things. That's why this is here. Does that make sense? Let's keep it moving. You can actually go in here. So this has now been turned into a museum. Okay, this entire thing has been turned into a museum, but this right here was the Empress Dowager's home. I'm not sure if I'm gonna lose my signal, but I'm gonna try to come in here real quick. Actually, you guys can see it from the outside, man. I don't wanna lose my signal. But you see there's a lot of statues on display over here. You see that? Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Alrighty, so let's keep it moving. Thank you, Eric. See, and this just goes to show you, by the way, how luxurious the Forbidden City was. All this stuff, freaking all covered in gold paint. Look at this. Thank you, Contented. Thank you, Simon, too. All covered in gold right here. Look at this. See, I don't really want to touch this stuff, man, but you can just see this. Thank you, Simon, too. Thank you, Elizabeth. Let's keep it moving. Thank you, Summon 2 and W Blower. Man, you talk about somebody having high ceilings at their house. The Empress had high ceilings in her house. Look at this. Easily 35 feet ceilings. Thank you, Royal and Galaxier. Thank you, Royal. Beautiful. So throughout the Forbidden City, you will have exhibits. So I do have to make that clear, because they have so many cultural artifacts that belonged to the imperial family stored here in the storage rooms. There's a great book I would love to recommend to you guys. I'll put it in the Discord channel about how, when the Japanese invaded Beijing in 1937, what did the Chinese government do to protect the cultural relics from being stolen by the Japanese? Okay, because see, the Japanese have a legacy of stealing from everywhere in Asia. Okay, in modern Asian history, the Japanese are the biggest thieves in the Philippines, in Malaysia, in Singapore, even in parts of Australia, in Myanmar, in Cambodia, and especially here in China. The Japanese have been stealing from the local population during World War II. The imperialist Japanese army, they stole everything. Gold, coal, timber, anything you could think of, any rubber. They needed oil to fight the Americans in World War II. They stole anything they could get their hands on in order to fund their war effort. Okay, because you guys have to understand, Japan's a very, very small nation that's an island nation. They don't have many natural resources themselves. So they needed to steal all these things from the rest of Asia during the last century, right around the 1930s and 1940s, in order to fund the Second World War. Okay, so when the Japanese came in here in 1937 and they occupied Beijing, the Chinese government at the time had already prepared for the fact that the Japanese were going to steal everything. So what they did is they boxed up everything in the Forbidden City and they shipped it to central China. They shipped it to Chengdu, they shipped it to Chongqing, they shipped it to interior China, so the Japanese couldn't get their hands on it. Because if they did, they would steal it and they would take it back to Japan and it would be in a Japanese museum today. Thank you, user. Does that make sense? So this is why, this is if you guys want to read a great book, I'm going to recommend you a great book in the Discord channel. It's going to tell you the great length that the people that looked after this amazing museum did to make sure the artifacts did not fall in the hands of the Japanese. Okay, and it's an absolutely incredible read. When we go to Taipei in Taiwan, China, some of those finest pieces are on display today in Taiwan, China, in the Taipei Palace Museum. This is the Beijing Palace Museum. There's another palace museum in Taiwan called the Taipei Palace Museum. All right, so let's keep it moving. Follow the channel and share this live stream, everybody. Let's keep it moving, y'all. Let's keep it moving. That's actually, I'm gonna. A lot of look backs, but it's okay. It's okay. Let's keep moving. And you guys could see how in this particular area of the Forbidden City, everything is a little bit more tranquil, right? Things feel a little bit more homely, right? Thank you, K Rose. You guys see this? Like, it just feels so much more chill, right? Doesn't it just feel a lot more chill? Thank you, Samantha. You guys have to remember, 1925 was when the Forbidden City was opened to the public as the Palace Museum. Next year, in 2025, this place is going to celebrate 100 years of history, its centennial as a museum. So I imagine they're going to bring out their best artifacts next year. We're going to come back here next year and stream it again. No matter how much money I'm going to have to pay for a reseller to get me a ticket, I will be back next year to show you guys. Thank you, Peony and Jane E. So 100 years coming up in 2025. I gotta come back for that one. I want to take my parents here. So my parents will come back to China next year, 2025. So we'll try to come here for the 100-year anniversary together. So follow the channel and share this live stream, everybody. Please share this live stream. We got over 2,000 shares already. Cool. Let's keep it moving. Once again, these are just temporary exhibits, okay? So we're not going to spend too much time here, all right? Thank you, Eileen Marie. We're not going to spend too much time here. We're going to keep moving. Keep it moving. Thank you, Essence and Jane E. Thank you, Killer Kyle. All right, let's keep moving here. Thank you, Lisa and William. I gotta get some water, man. Thank you, Miss Taina. Get some freaking water. Thank you, Pamela and Williams. All right. Let's see whose house this is. Man, you could just tell they be living nice over here, man. This is called the Palace of Longevity and Health. Look at this, man. They be living nice out here, man. Look at that. Thank you. More money, more problems. Look at that. Oh, they be living nice out here, man. Look at this. Thank you, Plant Groove. Look at this. Thank you, Wise Guy. So let's come over here. Let's go in. Let's see what it looks like. Look like we could go in. Oh, I actually remember this from April. I remember this place from April, y'all. Thank you, Yvonne. Let's keep it moving. Thank you, Yvonne. This is called Shoukang Gong, which literally means the Palace of Longevity and Health. That's my last name right here, by the way. I should probably be our word of the day right here. My last name. This is my last name. Thank you, Melinda and Laura. It's my last name right here, y'all. My last name, the Monkey Kong. This is the Kong in my last name, which means health. So this right here is called the Palace of Longevity and Health. Oh wow, this is for the Chen Long mother, for the Chen Long Emperor's mother. Wow. Wow. Chongqing. So this is for the Chen Long Emperor's mother right here. Man, they spent a year building this thing right here. Man, we gotta keep it moving, man. Let's keep it moving. I think we can go inside real quick, man. Let's go in. So this entire hall right here, called Shoukang Gong over here, is for the Chen Long Emperor's mother. Look at this. And you can see, you know what's interesting about this? When you come out here to the residential quarters, you see how the Mandarin is on the left and the Manchu is on the right? And yet they only had Mandarin words on those big plaques on the outside when we were in the work area, the administrative area. But here in the living quarters, you see how Mandarin on the left, Manchu on the right. It's a little bit different right here in the living area. Let's keep moving. Let's see what they got up in here. Hit the follow button, y'all. Oh, she be living nice. Thank you, Ali and Rich Amada. Oh, she be living nice out here. Oh, wow. Oh, she be living nice out here, man. It's like a 7-star hotel over here. Look at this. Oh, look at this. Oh, man. That's what happens when your son becomes the emperor. That's what happens when your son is the emperor, man. You be living like a queen out here. Thank you, Snuff Dipper. See, that's what happens when your son becomes the emperor, man. You be living in a 7-star hotel over here. The bed is in the back. So that's just the living area, man. The bed is in the back, man. She got her own living bedroom area in the back. Thank you, Snuff Dipper. Oh, she be living it up back there, man. She be living it up. Man. I don't think you can see. Let's see, the bed is probably back here. In this hall right here. We could go in too. Man. I do have to be honest. Every time I do come out to the Forbidden City, I get worn out, man. This place is huge. Freaking 10 times bigger than the Mukden Palace in Shenyang. This place is freaking huge. Here's the bedroom. Thank you, Leslie. Get up out of here. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you, Leslie. So that was the bed that she slept on. Once again, thank you, Leslie. These places aren't that big. Thank you, Snuff Dipper and Leslie. You guys got to remember, the imperial family believed in the idea of qi. Their living quarters were not huge, man. They could literally live in a 30,000 square foot mansion if they wanted to. They didn't. They chose to live in pretty small rooms so that it wouldn't suck up too much of their energy in order to occupy the room. Very small bed. It was like by today's standards, it's like a little twin-sized bed. Sarah L, thank you. It's like a little twin-sized bed out here. It's not a big bed. You know, and this is where the Empress Dowager, the mother of the Chen Long Emperor, lived. She slept right here inside this hall. Now, if you look at it from this perspective, right? Look at this. Not that big. Maybe 4,000 or 5,000 square foot. Beautiful. I finally goes to show you in the residential area, it tends to be a little bit more green, right? I finally saw a tree for the first time today. In the main administrative area, no trees. No trees whatsoever. Let's keep it moving. Here I see another tree. So just like I said, a much more residential feel when you're here. Thank you, Yvonne. What about the father? Where did he sleep? Well, the father was the freaking emperor. The father slept at the hall of the I'm going to show you guys in the purity and tranquility. But I'm going to show you guys the father was the emperor. He said, Ashley, thank you. That's who the father was. The father was the emperor. He said, what about the father? The father had his own place to sleep. Believe me, he wasn't sleeping on the floor. The father was the friggin' emperor. Let's keep moving. He said, what about the father? The father was the emperor. Let's keep moving. Let's go ahead and get up out of here. Thank you, Leslie. Dude, I've been doing this for like, how long have I been streaming, y'all? So it's been 2 hours, 2.5 hours. I gotta get a bottle of water, man. I'm kind of thirsty. All right, let me lean on this for a second in the shade. We've been streaming for about 2.5 hours. Find a well, the very famous well that the Zhenfei princess was pushed down by the eunuchs. That's where her life ended, was at that well. It's a very famous spot today. It's also where my first viral video was ever made. Or second viral video. Actually, that was my first viral video before the Terracotta Warriors. We're gonna go see that well. It's a very small well, so you'll see it on live stream. So let's keep it moving, man. We've got a lot more to see. Let's keep it moving. And by the way, speaking of this, let me explain this again. All these homes that we're seeing right now is the home of the Empress. So the highest ranking woman that lived here in the Forbidden City. Now we're gonna go and see the homes of the baby mamas, of the concubines, of the consorts. Now we're gonna go see how the baby mamas lived. Okay, how the other side chicks of the emperor, we're gonna see how they lived. Okay, y'all might think this is funny, but it's true though, because you can't have the concubines living in as beautiful of a home as the main woman, right? As the mother or the empress, right? You got to have a level of distinction between ranks here at the Forbidden City. So we're gonna keep it moving. Follow the channel, y'all. Hit the follow button. Let's keep it moving, y'all. I'm serious, man. I'm serious. Let's keep moving. What y'all laughing at? Thank you, Laugh Too. I'm serious. Thank you, Eric. Y'all think I'm laughing. Y'all think this is funny. I'm serious, man. It was the side chicks, man. That's how it is. The side chicks living here. Thank you, Angie. Big O sent a GG like. Big O sent a GG like. He knew something about that. He was like, I know something about that. Let's keep it moving, y'all. It's freaking beautiful, man. Look at this. That's right, the side chicks were class, absolutely. Look at this. He said, GG. He said, GG. All right, let's go ahead and get up out of here. Get back into the main quarters. All right, let's go ahead and get up out of here. Get back into the main quarters. Once again, look at this. That's how that. Once again, look at this. That's how that just shows you, by the way, how important the mother was, right? Like you could see. Thank you, Liu Bei. This is the perfect illustration. During the Qing dynasty, during the important events, look at where the mother sits, right? The mother sits right here in the middle. Even the freaking emperor has to sit on the side to respect his mother. That is why mothers are the most beautiful women in the world. Thank you, Cash. Mother sits in the middle. The freaking emperor sits on the side like a little boy. And then all the baby mamas are here. The empress sits in the front, okay? This is why she has this beautiful thing on her head, the crown. And then lots of baby mamas over here, lots of concubines. And then the other baby mamas over here. Thank you, Liu Bei and Paulina. And then We got some nannies, some other female caretakers over here. Okay, you see this got a rank to it, right? But the most important woman in the entire hall, thank you, Liu Bei, has to be the mother. Probably the most important human being in the entire hall is the mother of the emperor, and this is the emperor right here sitting on the side. You can see on the dragon, on the emperor, he's wearing a dragon rope right here. You see that? Wearing a robe. And you can see they're being entertained by all the kids here, the musicians. You can see the performers. Look at all these musicians right here. You see that right here? So, and then you can see all these people over here waiting to see the mother of the emperor holding gifts in their hand. They can't come empty-handed, right? They can't come empty-handed. They got to hold gifts in their hand in order to meet the mother of the emperor, right? So this goes to show you, man, like this, oh, that's actually the Chen Long emperor, not any emperor. This is the Chen Long emperor himself, and this is his mother, the Chongqing. That is his mother right here. That's her right there, and that's the Chen Long emperor. So very, very beautiful. Should give you an idea of what royal life was like. Beautiful. Do I think dragons were real? Dog, that's a great question, man. Dog, that's a great question. That's Samantha, a woman who asked that. Ma'am, that's a great question. I gotta pin this comment. Do I think dragons were real? So first of all, in the 12 Chinese zodiacs, the dragon is the only fictitious animal in the 12 Chinese zodiacs. Every single other animal is a real animal. Horse, rabbit, rat, snake. Those are all real animals. Pig, ox. The dragon is the only fictitious animal in the entire Chinese zodiac. Do I think dragons are real? Yes, because I'm Chinese American. I was born in China. The Chinese people are the descendants of the dragon. Have I ever seen a dragon? No. I ain't never seen no dragon in my life. If I did ever see a dragon, okay, that'll probably be the day that I ascend into heaven or something. Because this is actually a very interesting conversation that you bring up, Samantha. Let me answer this question in a little bit more detail over here, okay? There has been a lot of historical reportings of people seeing dragons. Okay, this is a very, very interesting. Actually, this is so interesting, it borders on the occult. It borders on the psychological occult. Let me explain what I mean by that. So, dragons here in China is a real thing. Okay, people here believe in dragons. Historically, they believe in dragons. However, it is also said that dragons appear during really crazy events, like a natural disaster or like something really crazy happening. You'll see a dragon. There was a rumor, listen to me very carefully, that in 1998, during the Great Yangtze River flooding of 1998, that a bunch of PLA soldiers, this is a rumor, this is not, I didn't see it, but this is an internet rumor that a lot of people do believe in, that a lot of PLA, People's Liberation Army soldiers, were digging ditches. They were trying to stop the flood. That when they looked up at the sky, they saw a dragon coiling in the sky during the Great Yangtze River flooding of 1998. All right, that was a very significant event in my childhood growing up, because that summer in 1998, the whole country was assisting the fight against the floods in the Yangtze River. This is before the Three Gorges Dam was built. So this is why, like, when you ask that question, Samantha, do I believe in dragons? The answer is yes. Have I ever seen one? No, but I do think they exist. Okay, and historically in China, if you see a dragon in the sky somewhere, it's usually something very big happening. Okay, a big event is happening somewhere. That's when you see dragons. Okay, very, very freaky stuff. It borders on the occult. This is the type of stuff, like I said, it borders on the occult. You either believe it or you don't. I am a believer. Okay, because I believe in these supernatural things. I believe in these superstitious things. It would be an honor if I could see a dragon. I ain't try to eat it or nothing like that. Okay, I don't need to know what it tastes like. I would love to see a freaking dragon. Just like I would like to see a UFO. Thank you, David and Liu Bei. I would love to see a dragon in my life. Okay, thank you, David Wu and Liu Bei. Let's keep it moving, man. Here at the Forbidden City in Beijing. Believe, I'm telling y'all, believe. Believe, man. Let's keep it moving, man. Thank you, Liu Bei. Look at this. Thank you very much. I ain't trying to eat the dragon or anything. I just want to see that it exists. You know, let's go ahead and get out of here. Time to go back to see where the emperor lives. Let's keep exploring. We were here a little bit earlier. Let's keep it moving. Thank you, Xiao Yap. Thank you, Xiao Yap. Can you imagine if a freaking dragon popped out of nowhere? For all the Chinese people and all the American watching, if there's one time, this is a serious comment I'm about to make. I'm not even saying this as a joke. Thank you, Miss Taina. I'm a super serious comment. The day that I believe China reunifies with Japan, China reunifies with Taiwan, I'm serious, man. I'm gonna look up at the sky, because that's a big event. A dragon might pop up. I'm serious, man. That would be a historically significant day. When China reunifies with Taiwan, I would actually go and look up at the sky to see a dragon. Because that will be a historic day for the Chinese people and the Chinese nation. I'm gonna go in the sky. I'm gonna look for a dragon, man. I'm serious, man. I'm like super serious. Dragons don't come out on a Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Dragons don't come out on a random ass Tuesday. Dragons come out, in my opinion, on important days. Okay? Let's keep moving, man. Follow the channel, share this live stream. Let's go back to the main quarters of the Forbidden City. We're probably gonna lag a little bit as we switch cell towers. So let's keep it moving, everybody. Let's keep it moving. You guys enjoying this? Thank you, Samantha. Like I said, you know, Forbidden City isn't everybody's cup of tea, because it is. Everybody likes this stuff. People like to see the alley hops. People like to see the Great Wall. You know, but the Forbidden City has so many human stories baked into these walls over here. It's, like I said, very tiring for me to come here, but it's actually I enjoy it every single time I'm here. And after I get off this live stream, I'm probably gonna try to get what's it called? I'm actually gonna probably try to, you know what I'm saying? I'm actually probably gonna try to get some footage over here. See if I can get some little footage. Thank you, Faye. No drones here. So don't even think about it. No drones anywhere within like literally a 20-mile radius of the Forbidden City. Don't even think about it. No drones. You're welcome, man. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you, Heather. You're welcome, man. Hey, everybody, this is where we were lagging a little bit. Let's see if we're still lagging here. We're gonna switch cell towers very soon. This is the part where we started lagging. I'm trying to show you guys this arrow once again. Okay, thank you, Pat Killa and Eric. On this sign right here is a 300-year-old arrow that was shot by one of the bandits who fought their way into the Forbidden City to try to assassinate the Emperor. On that sign right there, this is where we lagged a little bit. Okay, let me show you. The left side of this plaque right here. Y'all see that right there? On the top of my finger, at the tip of my finger, you see on the left side? That is the arrow that is 300 years old, shot by one of the bandits who fought their way into the Forbidden City. Okay, that arrow is still there. Look at that. Look at that arrow right there. It's right there. See that arrow right there on the left? That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Thank you, Wendy. Yes, the hearts help us move up the rankings, everybody. Thank you, Yvonne. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get up out of here. How did I see that? I'd never noticed that, Linda, until I actually read some history about this place before I came in. So thank you, Big O. Do you guys see that? Alrighty.